So, for whatever reason, Phil Spencer he came out and he said our intent is to treat Call of Duty like Minecraft. So in that sense, he's just trying to spread awareness of Call of Duty to literally everywhere and everything, right? Minecraft, it's on mobile, it's on iPads, it's on tablets, it's on laptops, it's on every gaming console known to man. There's even on the 3DS, which probably sounds like a really fun experience. But I digress. You know, here's the problem, right? He says, "quote Call of Duty specifically will be available on PlayStation. I'd love to see it on the Switch. I'd love to see the game playable on many different screens. Our intent is to treat Call of Duty like Minecraft." So there's no world where Call of Duty is going to work on the Switch. It's just, the Switch can barely handle bread. Like if it was a toaster, it would be struggling to heat up bread. The Switch is unfortunately just so far behind in terms of power, but that's the trade-off is that you get portability and also you get perfectly crafted Nintendo first party games, right? Because at least they knock those out of the park. Now for PlayStation, yeah, it's always gonna be on PlayStation. There's this weird like debacle going on about when it's not gonna be on there, but we talked about it on the podcast, and again, you should check those out. But basically, for us, it comes down to the fact that Microsoft's in a win-win position where if Call of Duty is on PlayStation, they still make money from the sales and the microtransactions. If it's not on PlayStation, then it's just on Xbox, and they sell more Xboxes because Call of Duty people will flock there. So it's a total win-win for Microsoft, right? But I think it's a stretch, especially to put on the Switch. Like the Switch struggled it struggled so hard with some games like Breath of the Wild where 30 frames, I think Pokemon also had some frame dips. It's just, I mean, while Nintendo does, mastercraft its own games, you're not gonna get that with Call of Duty on the Switch. Maybe the next generation of Switch, whenever that is, which is somehow never. I mean, we've all given up the dream of the new Nintendo Switch, but I just don't see it happening. It'd be really cool though to have Call of Duty portable in that sense. Yeah, there's mobile Call of Duty, but for some reason they refuse to make a new Switch that's gonna have more power to it. I'm sure they're developing it, but I feel like the Switch definitely need a midlife release, well, update. With that said, though, now we have PlayStation and Call of Duty and Microsoft, and the Call of Duty, not Call of Duty. Microsoft is kind of dangling in front of PlayStation, like, "Oh, do you want it? Don't you? You want it?" And PlayStation's like, "No, please don't take away Call of Duty. No, it's gonna be on Game Pass, and we'll never be happy." So now we pay the price, and now it's not gonna be on Game Pass for years, which kind of pissed me off because I was like, "Oh, cool. After this one, then I don't have to buy Call of Duty games because it'll just be on Game Pass." Nope. It's not going to be a day one Game Pass for a long time. I think it was like, what, 2027 or something? So that's upsetting. And, it's just that part really sucks. And while I appreciate him being so optimistic, you just have to make not a third party, but like an off brand Call of Duty or just port Call of Duty Mobile. If the Switch can't handle Call of Duty Mobile, then just give up. Throw in the towel. It's not worth it. Like it's just not happening. The Switch is its own beast. Leave it alone. It's I don't see that. I mean, the thing is though, the Apex is able to run on it somehow. I call Apex Legends Muddy Edition because it just looks like pure mud, and I really don't know why you'd play it on there compared to everything else. And the fact there's no cross progression, and I'll talk about it another time. But I guess if that's able to run on there, then the Call of Duty could, but Call of Duty is also known to be also look really really good, and I'm not sure they're willing to pay the price of a really watered down version just to get on the Switch. But maybe they will if it can. If they can make it run properly, but I just don't think they could not only make it run properly, but I just don't foresee it running at 60 frames per second. There's no way that could happen, right? Especially Warzone, right? Like Warzone couldn't handle it. There's more people in War. No, wait, is it Apex? Well, look, it doesn't matter. It's just Call of Duty way too demanding. You're right. Again, they're being optimistic. Not a fan of that, but at least they're being, at least, how do I put it? at least they're trying to spread awareness that they're trying their best to make it happen, but it won't. I mean, they can say it all they want, but my prediction is that it's maybe going to be in development for the next Switch, and that's a strong maybe, because if this one's underpowered, I don't even see the next Switch being as powerful as like the Series X or the PS5. I just don't. I just don't think that's possible unless they finally do what I've been telling them to do, which is make the dock like a power enhancer, or like to make it more graphically stronger, and then that's how they play better games on there, and but it'd probably cost more, but I'd pay that for a stronger deck, and then play it portably. You lose some power, but that's the price you pay. I'm fine with that. So Microsoft, I'm glad you want to be like Minecraft, but Minecraft is so simple that anything can run it. That's why it can be everywhere. Call of Duty isn't simple. It's just not. And you have the 3 years. Remain on PlayStation for 3 years after the current agreement with Activision and Sony ends. And then Jim Ryan saying that it's inadequate on many levels. I love that. That's so funny. God, Sony's been such crybabies about this for literally months now, literally months. But my prediction is once God of War comes out, they'll be like, "Oh, never mind, we're good now. We got money. We have money for another year or two or five." So, yeah, Phil Spencer, he's really, how do I put it? Not that he's not in control of the situation, but that he's being too optimistic for his own good. Even though he says we'd love to see it on the Switch and love to see it played on many different screens, or attempts to treat Call of Duty like Minecraft. You can treat it like Minecraft. You can try your best, but you know you're gonna have different experiences, because with Minecraft, it's the same experience on everything you play it on. Versus Call of Duty is not the same on everything you play it on. If you play Call of Duty mobile, it's not the same as normal Call of Duty. You play, didn't they just release Warzone mobile or something where they're like in development? I don't foresee that being like normal Warzone. At least Fortnite is basically like Minecraft. That's on everything. They hired, I think God himself to make it run on everything, because they made it work wonders on the Switch. When you plug it in, if you play portable, it is a nightmare situation. But they made it happen. They'll make that thing run on like the touchscreen of a refrigerator. So kudos to them. But Call of Duty, that's not happening. They'd have to downgrade every version in every possible sense. So yeah. If you guys think it'll be on Switch, let me know in the comments, I guess, because I just don't think that's possible, especially now or even in the future for that matter. Game Pass could be on the Switch, that I could actually see. But yeah, I think he's just being optimistic and trying to hype up Call of Duty in general. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Thank you. Get us 2,000 subs so they can pay us penny on some dollars. Have a good one, guys.